Thank you, Rob. Good morning, all. Welcome to our council meeting of October 24th. Welcome to all those here and online. Please join me in singing "O Canada," please.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, would you take the roll call, please?
Councillor Mackey,
Present.
Councillor McKay, Councillor Carlton, Councillor Pringle, Councillor McQueen, Councillor Nielsen, Councillor Patterson, Councillor Dickert, Councillor Kentner, Councillor Keaveney, Councillor Body, Councillor Gregg, Warden Milne,
Present.
Councillor Dobreen, Councillor Matrosovs, Councillor Bourdignon,
Present.
Councillor Eccles, Councillor Hutchinson. We have all members in attendance today.
Thank you, Tara. Before we begin, I want to respectfully acknowledge that we are gathering on the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe Nation, the people of the Three Fires, known as Ojibwe, Odawa, and Potawatomi nations. And further, we give thanks to the Chippewas of Saugeen and the Chippewas of Nawash, known collectively as the Saugeen Ojibwe Nation, the traditional keepers of these lands and waters since time immemorial. To our south lies the traditional territories of the Six Nations of the Grand River and the Haudenosaunee Confederacy. We are dedicated to honoring Indigenous history and culture and committed to moving forward in the spirit of truth, reconciliation, and friendship with all First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people. Is there any declaration of interest related to any matter on today's council agenda? Not seeing any. If one should arise, you can declare it at that time. We have some sets of minutes here from October 10th. We have the County Council and Committee of the Whole minutes. Someone care to move receiving of those minutes? Councillor Mackey and McKay. I got it right. I could not get that wrong. Well, maybe I could, but I didn't so far. Any discussion on those minutes? All those in favor? That is carried. Also, we have the closed meeting minutes of the October 10th Council and Committee of the Whole meeting. Someone care to move? Councillor Hutchison, Councillor Matrosovs, thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor? That is carried. We have no closed meeting matters related to minutes. We have reports, one from the Grey Bruce Public Health Unit. Dr. Era is still away on leave. Chair Patterson or Chair Carlton, would you like to speak to those? Excellent. Chair Patterson, Councillor Patterson will move those minutes. Councillor Eccles will second them, and Councillor Carlton is going to speak to them. I'll get that right yet.
Thank you, Mr. Warden. I would just report that Dr. Era is off on his paternity leave and won't be back until the end of November, but he has been there helping throughout. He'll be there at tomorrow's board meeting. The probably biggest event recently has been the opening of the dental clinic in Walkerton, and that's been quite an accomplishment, and it is a beautiful place if anybody gets to go and see that. it's really great to see that the health unit has managed to work forward to get that dental clinic in place for the residents of the area. So
Thank you, Sue. Are there any questions related to those minutes? Not seeing it. I'll call the question. All those in favor? That is carried. We have the bylaw to confirm all actions and proceedings of the council. Some Councillor Dickert, second by Councillor DeBreen. Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor? That is carried. News of celebrations. Councillor Body, please.
Got this on. I'll maybe stand for this. I'm wearing a pin today that recognizes the oh, I just switched it. No, I didn't. National Indigenous Veterans Day, which is November 8th. So a little bit different than our the regular Memorial Day or Veterans Day, Remembrance Day on November 11th. We will have a celebration or a something going on down at the Gitchiname Wikwidong Gardens at Kelso Nawash Park. I'll get you to look at the pin when we take a break because it's pretty special. It's given to me by Chief Smith from Nawash Shingaming. I was just telling Kim the story. A couple of years ago, I was at an opening, something that former Chief Wilmer Nadjawan was on, who's now deceased, an elder. Did a lot of national stuff. He told this story of going off as a young man representing Canada proudly in the Second World War, coming home with his uniform on proudly, and his father proudly taking him to one of the hotels up in Wyerton. His son, having come home, represented his country in his uniform, and they got thrown out for being Indian. So a special day to recognize the veterans that from the Indigenous communities that went across and represented our country is a good thing and a reason to look at it, maybe not only as part of November 11th, but on the 8th as well. So I wear this pin. Hope somebody can have a look at it. I guess that's news. It's not necessarily a celebration, but I think it's part of our heritage that we all need to know. Thanks.
Thank you, Ian, for that. And indeed, that is part of reconciliation, is learning the stories and understanding. Councillor Keaveney.
Thank you, Mr. Warden, and good morning, everyone. And as always, there's a lot going on to talk about in Meaford. So I'll start with Saturday. And there will be a haunted candy route. Houses have registered to be on a map so people can go on and see where to go, where all the decorations are. And 26 downtown businesses will be giving out candy. And there's also a haunted harbor. Our pavilion at the harbor is all decorated for Halloween. Also on Saturday is a new event from Meaford called FanCon. And this is at the community center, and it's a day filled with fun and adventure for fans of anime, comics, video games, fantasy, and much more, and costumes are preferred for that event. On the 1st of November, we're really excited that our newly renovated fire hall is about to open as a restaurant run by John Garvey. So it's going to be one of his chain, and it's going to be pretty fantastic. So if you have a chance, come see what's been done with our old fire hall. The 3rd of November, many of you will know Councillor Harley Greenfield in Meaford, and he's written another play. It's entitled 150 Years and 125 Minutes, a celebration of our sesquicentennial. Begins on the first day of council in Meaford, January the 11th, 1875, and runs till amalgamation. So it's all local actors and our own Golden Heirs Ladies Choir in that one. And lastly, on Thursday, November the 7th, this is the 16th annual Meaford Dragons event. So our own Dragons Den with 5 dragons and 5 contestants on stage vying for over $10,000 in prizes. Tickets can be purchased at Meaford Hall, and this is pretty special because over the years, over $300,000 has been invested in entrepreneurs in Meaford, and many of these businesses are still very successful in our community. So Dragons Den, November the 7th. Thank you.
Thank you, Shirley. Is there a height or age limit before you can go and get candy? Excellent, excellent. Councillor Patterson, please.
Thank you, Warden. Good morning, County Council. I want to thank the warden for attending and speaking at 2 events in Hanover last week. The first event was the Mayor's Breakfast, focusing on innovative work cultures, a panel discussion with representatives from local employers, and Deepika from Grey Bruce Local Immigration shared their individual strategies on how to retain and recruit employees. I also want to thank Savannah for attending the breakfast. It is great to have county representation supporting and raising the profile of the event. The second event was the Camp Molly event. Camp Molly is a not-for-profit organization that inspires young women aged 15 to 18 years of age to consider a potential career in fire service. 25 young women from across the region and beyond participated in this 4-day training program, actively learning aspects of fire service, such as fire suppression, prevention and investigation, auto extrication, medical communications, and public education. Warden Millen, our MP, and MPP, Camp Molly representatives, and fire department members, along with many, many proud family members, were in attendance to congratulate the 25 graduates. It was pretty special. Thank you.
Thank you, Sue. And indeed, both events were very good. I enjoyed, and thank you very much for the invitation to attend. They were awesome. There was food at both, I'm just saying. Councillor Nielsen.
Thank you very much, Warden Milne. I said I'm excited to be here this morning, and I just wanted to share some of the experience I had this past weekend at the Healthy Democracy Forum in Toronto, put on by AMO. It was just a moment to actually get excited again about being in municipal politics. We get a lot of negative comments put our way. Staff get a lot of negative comments. We get attacked. Specific minority groups get attacked differently and pressured and pushed out or separated from everybody else because of ethnic background, gender, whatever the case may be. This past weekend, we had municipal leaders, campaign school groups, or campaign school organizations like Electeur, Nominee, and others. We had local media, we had AMCTO members and clerk members gather together to discuss how do we try to steer that ship and correct that statement that we're the way we are now. It was inspiring, invigorating. It filled me with pride to be able to sit at this table with everybody who's sitting here with us. It was an opportunity to discuss concepts and ideas about changing how we run elections, how we engage others. One of the best statements I heard was the idea of how do we humanize municipal leaders again. Currently, there's this feeling from the public that we are there. I don't want to use the word slave, but it feels like it sometimes when it's like 24/7, we are theirs, right? But we are people who have run because we have a passion and a pride of our hometowns and an excitement and a will to want to improve and make it as best as we can together as a community. That was an invigorating comment about how do we humanize the municipal table again. One of the saddest statements I heard is that at times groups like Electeur or Nominee, or there's a Guelph campaign school, feel like they're sending lambs to the slaughter because they are encouraging women to run, gay people to run, homosexuals to run, different ethnic diversities to run, knowing that we are setting them up to be attacked and pushed out. We have had great conversations at AMO's, the last two, where we had members from the municipal world stand up and cry out to the province for help and protection in this space. It was just a awe-inspiring weekend, and I wanted to share that experience here, and just the pride of place. Speaking of pride of place, this morning I was going to get hay from my wonderful hay provider for my horses, and I was listening to the CBC radio, and Roger Munking was on there. Segue, hear that, Warden? That was a pretty good segue. Speaking about the Gather campaign, and a large part of that Gather campaign was about the pride of place and sharing that pride with others around us. And he spoke about the significant contributions our agricultural society or agricultural space has to Grey County, be it all the wonderful produce and meats and animals that we raise in this area to provide food, and how, as a chef's point of view, where else would you want to be when all your ingredients are at your fingertips here? He mentioned driving down the road and you can see place after place after place to grab fresh eggs, fresh duck eggs, whatever you need. So it was great to hear that campaign. I want to congratulate Savannah working with Roger in this Gather campaign. I think it is going to be a fantastic thing. And I will end my speech there. Thanks, Warden.
Thank you, Dane. And it's pretty clear to me, and I'm sure everyone else, that you have a very strong passion for municipal work, and we thank you for that. Anyone else? Councillor Eccles.
Thank you, Mr. Warden. And a couple of things that are happening this weekend in West Grey, next weekend. Newstead Fabulous Fall Craft Show is on Saturday, November the 2nd, I believe it is. And following that in Newstead, if you are desirous of finding some homemade sauerkraut, being of German heritage, Newstead, after the craft show, the Newstead Lions put on their famous pork and kraut dinner, and they do make enough kraut to have a little bit available for purchase if anybody was willing or in need of some of that fresh produce. The Lions Club usually is somewhere between 1,000 to 1,200 cabbages that they process into sauerkraut. So there will be a few pounds available, but be there early because it does sell out quickly. And and for that dinner, there's only pre-sale tickets. So that's giving you a little bit of a heads up. Get there early for one of the most fabulous things you'll see in Newstead throughout the year. Thank you. And
Excellent. Thank you, Kevin. And I should have looked down at my notes here in segue to Councillor Nielsen's remarks. This is, of course, Local Government Week. As the level of government closest to the people, municipalities are tasked with providing many services and programs that we all use on a daily basis. They are a critical element of our government system, and thank you to all elected officials, staff, volunteers who work every day for the betterment of our communities. And I think that fits very nicely with your remarks, Councillor Nielsen. Also, but I'll just finish this while I'm at it here. So this is ECE Appreciation Day, October 24th. ECEs play a vital role in the well-being of our community, providing children with a safe and nurturing place to learn and grow. They help shape futures, and their impact on the community cannot be overstated. Thank you to all the ECEs throughout Grey County, the early learning and childcare staff, for your dedication. Indeed, Grey County supports 450 approximately licensed childcare early on and special needs resourcing, And this Saturday at Grey Roots, the county is hosting a brunch, and surprisingly enough, they've invited the warden to participate in the brunch, which I'm okay with. But recognition of the hard work the EC and childcare workers do in our communities and the important role they play in the lives of children and their families. And I cannot say enough that I appreciate all they do, because indeed I have a granddaughter that's participating in the childcare center in Holston, the Early On Center. So thank you again to all of those that are participating in that. Councillor DeBreen, I apologize. I saw your hand up. Go ahead, please.
No problem at all, Warden. Good morning, and good morning, County Council. I have a couple of things that are coming down the pipe, but I too want to echo Councillor Nielsen's comments about the Healthy Democracy Forum this weekend. It was exhilarating and exhausting. It was emotional, and inspiring. So I just echo his comments. I did want to mention that this weekend on Saturday between 1 and 2, the little trick or treaters will be out in downtown Dundalk, visiting all of the businesses that are participating. From 1 to 2 on Saturday, the 26th, and upcoming Holstein Drama Group is putting on Steel Magnolias at the Optimus Center in Holstein. Tickets are on sale now. The dates are November 8, 9, 15, and 16 at 7 p.m. and matinees on November 10th and 17th. So hope to see some of you out there.
Thank you, Barb. Anyone else? Okay, thank you very much. I think Savannah, did you have an item related to Grey Roots? Sure.
Good morning, County Council. Thank you so much. Just a reminder, last council meeting, we spoke about the fundraising gala coming up on November 8th. So tickets are still available, and encouraging everybody to come out and join us for a wonderful night with excellent food, excellent guests, and just something that we're really looking forward to. So we just wanted to do a little reminder for you about the gala on November 8th.
Thank you, Savannah, and I'm looking forward to that event. Okay, motion to adjourn would be in order. Councillor McQueen, Councillor Nielsen, all those in favor? That is carried. So we'll just take a minute to switch over to committee of the whole.